Hello, Franklin.
Hi, Karina.
Hey, welcome. So
Ah,
today we are doing our feedback meeting. We have just concluded our 28-day challenge, our boot camp in our Circles of Change Academy. And I'm just feeling a little bit like a child today. I'm so joyful. I'm in harvest mode. I've been having these interviews with all our students, and I'm just feeling so grateful and I'm on fire. And of course, also, I mean, you and I, we've been walking a journey for a very, very long time, the past 11 years. And this last year during the pandemic, we have launched our Circles of Change Academy. It's been one of the things we spent a lot of time on together. You're my co-pilot in the academy. I'm very lucky. And of course, because our speciality is depth work. So depth work is not just something you speak, it's not just something you read about, it's something you deeply practice, it's deeply lived and experienced. And that's how we meet our clients, of course, in this very lived practice that we know so well ourselves in depth, okay, as we sit in the fire of our journey. So today I'm really curious about Franklin. You know our work really well, but this is an elevated angle on our work. This is what has come alive over the last few years as the sequel of the responsible individual. So I'm curious about your experience as a student in the Circles of Change Academy and how you have reclaimed your power the last 28 days. So share a little bit first about your experience.
um, I think it was incredible how I could have learned so much about myself in such a short piece of time. I think that I've gone to places that I've never gone before, and as you know, we've been working on ourselves now for a period of time now, and I've just opened doors and seen things that I have hardly noticed before. I think that also the course was very well laid out in terms of how I went from the surface and diving a bit deeper, expanding on this, seeing that door opened, and I learned really a lot about myself. I think that one of the most fascinating things I thought that reclaim your power was going to be a real endure workout, like something that makes you sweat and something that is really pushing for your strength and your endurance. I
Mm.
think that what I have figured out is that it really took me to a place, instead of searching for that strength and searching for that moment when the muscles tense up. I was really pushed to a place where I had to identify my fears, um, where I had to identify how sometimes what happens to me is relatable to things that I have kind of like shoved behind the door from the past, things that I really need to uncover and things that I really need to dig up in terms of me really finding a space and a lane of my own. Because why? Carrying that past or hiding that past was just me carrying a ball with me or carrying
Mm.
that weight with me into the future. And I had no idea how much my past has influenced my presence and how it has left a trail,
Mm.
to I think that one of the most amazing things that there was a relationship so dear to my heart, and I always despise that relationship in terms of its shortcomings. I thought that I've made peace. I thought that I've asked forgiveness. I thought that I have really worked on the relationship in terms of balancing everything out, you know. And when going through this course, I discovered that I'm exactly the things that I despise in this relationship,
Yeah. Mm.
and that's how deep in touch I got really with a space or place within me that I thought I was dealing with, that I thought that I really have made peace and I've really have worked through life with it. And then I came to discover that there's a lot of things that I still need to work on, and it made beautiful progress in my life, because while moving forward, it was easily for me to then take that things out.
Mm,
Uh, um, I think that one of the most amazing things of this course is that it gave me courage to actually show people that
mm,
that which thought was dark, which I thought that was resolved issues. I can really appreciate that I was moved to a place where I can show it to people, and where I can
mm.
work through it and have conversations about it with the people, that revolves around this depth of emotions and anger and resentment that I've held on for so long. So yeah.
No, it's powerful, hey? And also, it really reminds me of Franklin, that we as coaches, how important is that we continue to work on ourselves. And also in our academy, a strong focus is that we are bringing our coach education online from 2021. And certainly this course is a good way for coaches that are keen to develop more depth, to actually step into our academy and kind of get a taster of our methodology and how we work in our toolkits, and actually to choose to further deepening of their skill set as coaches and become depth coaches journeying alongside us. And just when you're sharing, it reminds me of how important that is.
Yeah, and I think that one of the most significant things that I can really say as a facilitator,
Mm,
I've come to realize how there are tools that assist us as facilitators to also find ourselves in a position and a space where we can also look at how to expand on the clients or the students'
mm,
progress and to their stories and to their process.
yeah.
Because what I found is so amazing about the course, and I'm talking as facilitator, is that there's so many tools that I have not looked at. And I think it's because why it's a short space of time, things were really compact and it was moving, but it was a nice movement because why it accommodated the student's journey, you know, it accommodated what the student questions that the student have asked. I mean that there was one of the students in the course when she mentioned that after a while and just something opens for her. And I think that we as facilitators, we have our idea of how the course or how something amazing as reclaim your power should impact someone, but you
Mm,
can really see where the student is taking it piece by piece by piece and breaking it apart. And
yeah.
as a facilitator, I think that for making just shoving information or just handing information to students sometimes can be a load, you know. But if it can become this piece by piece by piece by piece that
Mm,
all builds a bigger picture, then I think that is beautiful. Not just to only identify with the students process, because why, I think it's that piece by puzzle piece that made me more aware of the facets and the
yeah.
angles in my story and the challenges that I had or what I was dealing with. And I think that's something that I can use as a facilitator to draw it out piece by piece and to really lay it on the table at the, well, not at the end of the course. I think the puzzle pieces build up to a
Yes,
bigger picture. So
absolutely.
if as a facilitator I can really lay out that puzzle pieces, then that would be an amazing tool to also help the student.
No, completely, absolutely, and of course that we do hold space and we facilitate these depth spaces, and I think also why we, also call ourselves to, facilitators, is because that we help activate the coach within the other person, and we hold and facilitate that space, because that is part of the responsible individual deaf coaching methodology. We journey alongside our fellow students, we are students, and share of that journey and sit in the fire of our own journey alongside with them. So was there anything that was surprising for you, Franklin, when you journeyed alongside our students for these 28 days? Was there anything surprising for you?
I think that I really enjoyed. I think that it was more fascinating than a surprise.
Yes.
I think that I really enjoyed the way when we were busy with the house and the rooms with inside of our house. It was really, it was easy for me to identify these rooms within my house, and I think that I was really surprised how simple yet touching yet relatable the course can be, because why reclaim your power when you think that, oh, this is going to be something real complex. Let me put on my high IQ hat. Maybe I'm going to be a student now, and then you come to find that it's real simple, real easy to chew, the stuff.
Nice,
It's
nice.
thing. I think that's the biggest surprise. But it was more fascinating for me because I really enjoyed it, and it was easy to do. I think that I really I found it doable, workable, and not like some maths or science some that I need to figure out. But that was something really fascinating for me, that it
It's
was
interesting. Hey,
so simple yet
yeah.
relatable.
Yeah, and it's depth work, which can, because we know depth work both from our own processes and sitting with our clients in very highly diverse environments, from prisons to schools to corporate environments, or wherever the journey takes us, right? So we know depth processes, but I think we really, in this course and in the Garden of Awakening, which is the elevation of the responsible individual, which is the sequel of the responsible individual, really to make depth work fun and accessible, and that it's not that difficult, right? And so it's lovely to hear that also you, as my co-pilot and Smiling One and in the Circles of Change Academy, as you've been sitting as a student through this course, find, see the simplicity, so yay, that really excites me.
Yeah, I think that if there's anything that I found a
Oh,
I see
Franklin,
amazing videos.
Franklin,
Yes,
I just lost you there for a second. Could
yes.
you just, if there's anything, just repeat that?
Oh, if there's anything that I have found really amazing about the simplicity is that I've read a lot of books and I've seen a lot of great videos, and there's just something about when things are too complex,
Yeah.
then I have that ability to kind of like zoom out, to kind of like drop the ball or something. I kind of like lose interest, but this was so easy, and to come back to it and to just find uh, uh, um, that element where I was eager. I was like, oh, what's the next
Yes.
one? What should I do here? And that kind of like sparked the interest also, to stay with it and to kind of like see where it's heading, So that was also amazing about the simplicity.
No, absolutely. And what is important is, so we are in February 2021, which is just around the corner. We're actually running
Yes.
this program 3 times in that month. I'm going to do a repeat, And you are going to run it twice inside the school environment in our Ravens Meet School project, where you're going to take our accelerators, which are matriculants who are joining us in the new year. They've kind of earned their stripes through having been in our program the last 2 years, and they're going to go into the boot camp for 28 days. And then you have a handful of teachers as well, who's also journeyed with us through 2020, through a very tough year, but they really also, they love the process, and also they go in to reclaim their power. So it's really exciting actually how this course is getting traction. What is your message, for the students that are going to join us, that are still deciding to join us? What is your message to them?
I think that what I want anybody or everybody or the whole world to know is that you have that special ingredient, knowing more about yourself. I think that one of the amazing things is that this course can only equip you to look forward and to look ahead, because while doing this course, I've seen a lot of my past, and then it's easier for me to kind of like break the cycles and break those patterns, and really just let go of the chains and sometimes the reactions or the unhealthy behaviors, that kind of like holds me down from reaching for my goals, my dreams. I
Yeah.
think that doing this course can only do you good if you know more about your ability, and if you
Yes.
know more about what are the choices, what are the behaviors that I have that sometimes hold me down from reaching these goals and reaching these dreams. And today I can say that I am sure that life has given me this month to kind of like get practically involved in my process. But I think that already in a mindset, I'm already 50% more equipped to
Yes.
take on now what I want to see, and what I want to see for myself, what I want to see for those around me, and what I want to achieve in life. And I think that just that 50% already prepares you, because I'm leaving another 50% because I don't know how amazing it would be, but I know that it's something amazing that's going to happen, because I've definitely seen myself breaking up with a lot of patterns that I
Yeah.
had, a lot of reactions that I have. I can definitely feel my behavior to being more involved in me, and that allows me to be then a better version for those around me. So the message that I want to send them is that this can only do you good. And if you get involved in knowing yourself, it can only accelerate you into a whole different lane.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Franklin. And I think this is a good place to send this message out to the world from us at Smiling One, right? And to really wish them an incredible new year, a 2021, but also to end the year, just really aware of where they're at, and also that it's okay. It's very okay to be human. It's very okay to have our suffering and to have our struggles. And certainly, Reclaim Your Power is that platform to hold all of it. Because let's not fool ourselves. We're not going to get rid of the difficulties or the challenges. We're just going to be so much better equipped, and we are going to have the car keys to the car of our lives, and not that little one in the basement anymore.
Yes. Yes.
So the invitation from us at Smiling One to all of you is, that, we love and care so much about you. Come join us. Come have fun with us in our Circles of Change Academy. Join our courses. Reclaim Your Power is a wonderful taster. It's 28 days boot camp, and really test yourself, step up into 2021 and show 2021 who is in charge, and you are in charge. You can be in charge, right?
Yes,
Any
and I think that and on that same note, in reclaiming your power, I have really learned that in 2021, I'm really going to make some friends with some more amazing characters at my table, characters within me. I have in 2020, I have been distracted, I have been fearful, I have been giving up, I have been undecisive. And in 2021, I'm really looking forward to meeting the more assertive one, to meeting the bold one, and to meeting all these magical things within us that I know we have, man. So that is just a magnificent way for me to look at 2020 to 2021 and how brilliant it's going to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So join us to lift the veil, to really discover who you are, and to realize your resourcefulness. It's all inside of you. So let's help you unlock that part of you. So thank you so much, Franklin, for sharing your feedback
Thank
today
you.
from the course. And also, thank you for your partnership.
Uh,
We're having so much fun at Smiling One, and
yes.
this happens because we do it together. So thanks, dear.
Yes.
Love you lots. Thank you.
uh, Thank you, dear.
Thanks.